Hi, I'm Owen Wilson, and welcome to the Oscar panel. Every year, there are wonderful performances, but this year's are truly stellar. Let's introduce tonight's wonderful panelists. Newly minted Golden Globe and SAG Harbor Award winner, Matthew McConaughey. Long overdue for an Oscar is my favorite Ninja Turtle, Leonardo DiCaprio, the Wolf of Wall Street. My personal spiritual guide, Jared Leto. He's the man who taught me what hung out really means, is Michael Fassbender. And my favorite character from Love Actually is Chiwetel Ejiofor, 12 Years a Slave. Now, before we begin, I just want to clarify something for our viewers. One of you guys has a really complicated name, very confusing. I just want to clarify, and that's you, Matthew.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know, I always try and sing it to myself to figure it out. I go, McConaughey, McConaughey.
This is actually a common question that I get a lot. And whenever I need to figure out a word or name, I always ask myself, number one, what are the letters in that word? Number two, what order are those letters in? And number three, how would I sound that out? And number four, when in doubt, you just make up a nickname. And for me, that's Matty McCons.
You're telling me your name is pronounced Matty McCons? Seems like a real extravagant use of letters.
I'm asking you to call me that.
And you got it, Chief.
It's Matty McCons. This is what we just went over. Focus.
What is your process in choosing a role, Leo?
Well, there are a couple of different characters that I'm attracted to. The first type is the kind that raises a glass and toasts. And the second is the kind with a lot of emotional tension. It says things like, "You in a trap!" And, examples of the first type include The Great Gatsby, Titanic, and The Man in the Iron Mask. And examples of the second type include The Departed and Revolutionary Road. When I can find one that combines the two of those things, I tend to get nominated for an Academy Award.
That's very true. It's very true. Personal.
I like to consult the stars.
Like your fellow actors, or?
No, like I'll look at my horoscope. I like to do the astrological charting for whoever I'm going to work with. So I'll enter the name and time of birth. And if we seem to be a compatible match, I'll take the project. For example, Darren and I both have Pisces moons. So it proved to be a very fruitful collaboration.
Are these guys a bunch of clowns or what?
Matty McCons, your style is really difficult to nail down, and I'm not a carpenter. You do a lot of rom-coms, you do thrillers, you do hard-hitting pieces. What's the method behind your madness?
You know, I'm really superstitious. I can't hit the broadside of a barn, so to speak. Yeah.
I really love that, brother.
Yeah, you know, I think for me, I try to work on things that are, you know, socially relevant and feel sort of important, like ideas that are happening at the time, you know.
Now, would that apply to your voice work in the video game Fable 3?
I don't know.
I'm a huge fan of that game, by the way. I play it all the time. My Xbox. My nephew, he comes over, my nephew Charlie. We play all the time, and whoever wins gets to eat all the rest of the M&Ms.
You know, to me, what's really important is franchise films. Obviously, 12 Years a Slave is a prequel to, you know, Django Unchained.
Yeah, actually, you know, there was a scheduling conflict that kept me out of that one. You're welcome.
Right. Well, you missed out. We had lots of good crack on the set. Isn't it right, Chiwetel?
You're saying there was recreational drug use on the set?
No, I'm not saying that. No. Hi.
Are you a fan of each other's performances?
Requiem for a Dream was an amazing performance.
Requiem.
Yes, yes. Requiem for me. Woo!
You know, I'd have to say that for me, one of the greatest performances is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I went to see it the first time for my date, and I went to see it again for the work. Yeah, I have to say that the reason that I did DBC was actually because of Maddie McConn's, and our charts were off the charts compatible.
That's right, JB.
I think you mean...
I think Gangs of New York, for me, I would say would be a seminal moment as a student in the art of acting.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, The Beach as well.
I think you might be alone in your opinion there.
No, I'd say, no, we all love that one. We all love that. I will speak for the group. Loved it. Loved The Beach.
Wedding Crashers was a good example of a performance that to me encapsulated both the toast and the you in a trap in one single performance. Wow, no, that's such a touching honor. I just thought we'd keep it to everybody on the panel. Anybody else?
Well, I mean, Chiwetel, I was a huge fan of yours in Children of Men, and Jared, Requiem was absolutely fantastic. And yeah, no, I think one of the most amazing performances of the decade was actually you, Leo, in The Aviator, and Matthew, Killer Joe, very intense, very intense.
Score. That's what we say is a double entendre. You know, it's a French term.
Moving on. How do you access the character? Michael, you start.
I don't know, I sort of have a lot of various techniques and craft that I got from my time at drama school, drama center, and it's just kind of reading the play numerous times and kind of looking at the circumstances, looking at the script analysis, doing objective obstacle, super objective through line, professional deformation, rhythm, the space, moment before, labbing, actions, intentions, I guess professional deformation, and I guess whatever type of dramaturgical information I need to kind of fill it out, that sort of thing.
Is any of that why you do a funny voice when you act?
Yeah, that's exactly why I do a funny voice when I act. Exactly why. Hit the nail on
I'm
the
going to
head.
agree with Fassbender. I'd say craft is something that I look at right away, and that's craft services. Very important, underrated way when you're working on a film.
Yeah, I actually worked with food with Larry Moss.
Yeah, I mean, you get the diet right, and it's all downhill from there,
Yeah, for me, if I can get the exact right weight, then almost all my work is done.
Yeah, I don't want to give away all my techniques, but a couple that I like to use is I like to lower my voice to the point where it's actually just a whisper, but I overpronounce all the words so the mic can still pick up what I'm saying. And then I give the illusion of reality. And I think something else I like to do, if I have a really intense scene, I like to crease my brow. Make really sharp gestures, and I'll lean in and I'll say, "You're not gonna get away with it this time!" Or "Shut your mouth!" And it always works better if you have a point. I personally like to do the 2-finger point. Looks like a gun to me. Or you could just have a gun. All right. I've always heard that the best test of a true actor is if you can read the phone book and make it interesting. So I actually brought one. It's a good thing Colin Farrell isn't here, or he might have post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, in Ireland, we don't actually have phone books, you know. We have, give directions by saying, yeah, you know, if you want to get there, you have to follow the fireflies to the end of the lilac field, and then you make a right to the oak tree. So Ireland's different.
What do you wish you'd been told when you were just starting out? Any advice? What do you wish you'd been told? What do you wish you'd been told when you were just starting out?
I'd say, you know, drama school is a waste of time.
I'd
so
say
don't
method
bother.
acting is
I dropped
really
out
just for
of drama
tricks.
school. And, you know,
I'd say
avoid those actors that,
lose
you know,
weight
lord
for
the
art.
training over you.
Call it acting.
Superhero movies are just desperate and lame.
You know what? Fuck you guys!
Oh,
All right, I've been sitting here listening to this shite the whole time. I'm fucking out of here. I'd say see us later, but this is the last time that any of you will be nominated for an award. I thought you were my friend.
Thanks for tuning in. Check out the Oscars this Sunday, March 2nd. See which one of these guys is going to win the gold medal in acting. I'm not invited either way, so it doesn't really matter.